Welcome, everyone. This was going to be actually a 1 year anniversary video where I go back over the last year and talk about how the unvaccinated have been treated. But then I came across this. It's on GB News, as in Great British News, or Great Britain News, whatever way you might put that, talking about the crime, the rising crime. So I'm just going to go straight in it because it's a minute and a half, and we'll discuss it while he talks.
Out the awful murder that's taken place in Liverpool, and how do you think both of them reacted to that last night, Liz Tresh?
Before I start, I need to make aware. This is going to be a awkward conversation because what they're discussing right now is the recent increases in crime in Liverpool and whatnot, Birmingham, as you can see there, pretty much in London area, England. There has been an increase in violence. Unfortunately, it isn't adult on adult violence. It's horrible, sick adult on child crime. I mean, that's... Over the last week, there's been multiple shootings and stabbings. It's really getting bad down there. It's just going to travel. It's just going to travel. Get worse. It's going to increase. But
Trust
that's what we're talking about here.
Well, I mean, crime is clearly going to be a bubbling up issue. It's on the rise. We seem to be following the pattern of America, where...
Right. Go to stop there. It's scary how we're comparing ourselves to America. America's just quickly descended into madness as well. That's another place where crime's rampant. It's always been rampant because it's the country of freedom, isn't it? It's the country of freedom. They still get the laws on guns and such, where you can carry and whatnot. It's also a country about self-defence. That's the big difference. We can't make a comparison between Britain and America because we have complete different laws and legislation. We have laws here where you can't defend yourself at all. You're just supposed to phone the police. You're being stabbed to ribbons, being beaten to a pulp. You're expected to just pick up the phone and go, oh, you know, 999. And even then, you can't phone 999. It's got to be that silly thing. It's 111. I've never used it personally, so I don't have a fucking clue. But never needed it because what good's it going to do if you're fucking dead? Making that phone call. But that's how it is here. As opposed to America, you have a civil right to pop a cat in somebody's butt. If, let's say, they rob your house, they come in, they threaten to murder, rape, anything like that, you have a God-given right to mess that person up, just as long as they started it. That's the only condition. As long as you allow them to break into your home in America, you can shoot that person dead. But if he's standing at your buzzer, you can't do nothing, right? There's no lawyer here for that. So the fact that this loon ball here, who is a part of politics, is sitting here saying, oh, we're close to America. I don't see people blasting people with machine guns. I don't see people out there with Mac 10s doing drive-bys. No. It's worse here. The difference between a gun and a knife is a gun you can stand so far away. You don't need to see the light go out in their eyes when you pull that trigger. Knife's a bit more, it's more personal, isn't it? It's horrifying. It's a scary idea to just be stabbed. People are getting stabbed and shot for just staring at people the wrong way. That's what government, that's what society is driven us to. It is driven a wedge between everyone, and what, rather than facing the real problem, which is these politicians, the government, our governments, they would rather distract us with race wars, drug wars, all sorts.
Urban crime, violent urban crime, viral crime, sort of TikTok-inspired crime.
Where straight, we're missing a beat, straight to, the increase in viral crime, TikToks. Do you remember YouTube when it first started, my dude? Do you remember YouTube? You probably never used YouTube, to be honest. You don't look the type that would have used YouTube when it initially came out, right? There was all sorts on that, right? You were watching beheadings. You were watching people being beat to a pulp. Gang fighting and all that. That's what YouTube was before. We didn't need Live Leak. We don't need Real Leak. That's the new one. Live Leak gets shut down. But we didn't require any of them at the beginning because YouTube had it all, right? Also, at that point in time, see when YouTube just came out, I was a teenager. I was in high school, right? And people had the phones. They had phones, Bluetooth and all that. Infrared, but you could send each other these videos if you taking your phone, right? So let's say that cigarette packet's a phone, and you had the wee bar, okay, and you had to hold them together. You'll remember this. If you grew up in the early 2000s, you'll remember infrared and Bluetooth. You had to keep it there until the bar filled. It was like a download bar. So we would all be sitting doing that, and all that would get passed about was snuff videos, right? Snuff videos. People would be passing videos of pixelated beheadings, the Taliban and such. Now, again, this was about the time of 9/11, just after 9/11. So that the war on terrorism, that's another excuse there. It's funny how I brought myself to that, but that was around about the same time. You couldn't go a day in school where it's somebody going, oh, I've got a video of a Taliban member beheading a hostage, and you're like, I'm like 13 or something. I don't need this. I don't need this. So this whole pish where, oh, it's going to be viral, oh, it's viral violence, oh, it's TikTok violence, that's always been there. Do not sit and fucking blame TikTok. Usual caper ways. Pick something and we all just gun for it. So there, now it's TikTok. It was YouTube before, now it's TikTok.
Is on the rise, and as we get into a recession, that's going to get worse. I think both Truss and Sunak.
The recession you've created. The recession you've created to create divides amongst people, so we were just at each other's throats rather than your rich asses. Absolute usual distraction after distraction. I'm fed up with talking nice on this stuff. I'm fed up with sitting having to sugarcoat my words because these people can't be fucking arsed doing their job. So I'm saying it straight. They do not care about you. They do not care about me. They care about no one apart from their inner circles. And this is what's causing 9-year-old fucking children to be killed in the street, shot in their fucking homes, people, entire families being fucking blasted away. Because these fools couldn't give a fuck about the common good. The people, it's just what goes into their pockets. And this numpty's just another example of that.
Clearly understand that, and they spoke quite clearly about it. Overall, my impression, and I'm sorry to say this, is thank God this race is nearly over.
See, this has been going on before this race. I love how you go to sit and it's all about Truss and fucking Sunak. People, like I just said, people are being stabbed. Right? You've got children out there that are being stabbed in broad daylight. That's it. 9-year-old, never going to live their life. They're never not going to know what it was like to get married. They're never going to know what it was like to have a sweet 16. They're never going to know any of this. But yet, fuck them. It's all about the politicians. This stupid race, do you know what? I'll give you a fucking race. I'll take a gun, right? And I will chase you with it, okay? And the objective is to dodge the bullets and get to the fucking finish line before I pop one on you. See how quick that changes. Honestly.
It's just dragged on. And on
yes,
and on
it has
and
just
on.
dragged on. Because that's what you want,
rather do
distraction
almost
after
anything
distraction.
than hustings.
I mean, some analysis was saying this morning that they actually thought Rishi Sunak came out on top last night, but it's too little too late. There's been so many hustings and we're seeing his passionate side too late in the game.
Again, we're supposed to be talking about crime. Crime, not politics. I mean, I know all politics are criminals, so you know what? In a sense, that kind of it works, right? There's something there that links that. But in this fucking case, we're talking about people dying. We're talking about people being brutally murdered for no reason. Not out of vengeance, not out of drugs. It's out of none of that. We've got crazy people roaming about. The mental health department is crumbling. The NHS is crumbling. We are losing all these facilities that are supposed to help these people struggling with whatever mental, physical problems they have. And yet all of that's been shut down. These people that have got serious mental issues are just left to roam the world. No supervision, right? They come after medicine. And because they come after it so quick, they're losing their stuff. Medicine, antidepressants are designed to block out reality, okay? I know this because I was on them and it shut me the fuck down, okay? But the problem with that is see, once you come off them, you're shot back to reality. That'll turn you schizo. That'll turn you nuts, right? And that's what's happening here. We've neglected the mental health of everyone and now we're reaping what we're sowing. Yous are reaping what yous are sowing.
What would you say to that?
Well, I'd say that's probably right. I mean, he needs a knockout blow, and I think
he
the
needs to
hope
get
is
knocked
always
out.
that Liz Truss is going to make some catastrophic mistake. And some people think she's getting a little bit too cocky in some interviews. But
she is. She definitely is. This is somebody that's been jumping to and fro. So was against Brexit, then became for Brexit. Oh, that prime example. That's all I need to say. Okay. All I need to say. She was against it, then she was for it. She was against everything, and then jumped boat because everyone was against it. She is. I'm trying to think of words that could describe this woman that won't get me shut down. Right? She's a leech, okay? She will jump boat the first second that a leak springs, okay? She's a filthy fucking rat like the rest of them. We, in these countries, our union, are being led by filthy plague fucking rats. If anything, we should be putting these suckers down.
She's very unlikely to say something so disastrous now that she will ruin her chances.
What, like Nicola Sturgeon's an attention seeker? No, I agree with this referendum caper. I don't think it's the right time for it. Honestly, we as a nation, we as a union, we as a world have a lot of shit to pack up and deal with, you know? We have got a lot. And you know what? We shot ourselves in the end fit. These dirty, again, these plague rats put us in this position where potentially a year from now, right, 12 months from now, we could see starving people in the UK, right? I guarantee it, a year from now, it's already started. We've got ads for food banks. If you could spare £3 a month, that would mean that food banks will be replenished. Food banks will be fully stocked so people can come in who need it the most and won't get turned away. That shouldn't be on us. We shouldn't have to fit the bill for these fools because they decided in the last 4 or 5 years they deserved fucking wage rises. Okay? If anything, they should be getting into their pockets and handing the charity. They placed us in this position. Now, thankfully, my wee family don't need to worry about that because I'm not a fucking fool. Me and my partner are not idiots, right? Totally prepared for this food shortage. I suggest everybody else get long-lasting food because these fuckers ain't going to do anything for you. You'll need to fend for yourself. Okay, these people don't care.
Particularly as most of the members have voted. So it does seem as though this is a sort of
the fact it doesn't
totally
help as
pointless.
well as it's an internal vote. It'll be every member of the fucking Tory party will be voting. See if this was given to the public, none of them would be voted in. Oh wait, sorry, one of them would definitely get voted in because we get numpties that vote for these suckers. Okay, yes, the real stupid people are the ones that vote for these idiots. Yes, if you're watching this, you're part of the fucking problem. You're part of the problem, and I suggest you go fucking sort it out amongst yourselves.
Process, because Liz Truss is
gave to the public.
going to be our next Prime
This
Minister,
wouldn't be
unless something
happening.
Very strange happens.
It's the fact that it's internally being voted as the problem, because then you're just having their pals vote for their pals. That's all it is. It's not a genuine vote. It's a popularity contest because it's within their own wee circle, their own wee clique. So we're sitting here and we now are waiting on bated breath about who gets voted in. We're now going to need to sit here and wait and worry that whoever potentially gets brought in could make things worse with us. It could make it 100 times worse with us. And it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. We're sitting here. We are at the edge of a total societal collapse. It's not just food shortages. It's not just politics. It's like, example here, crime, which was barely spoke about in this video. I find that fucking stupid. Why put a title? Following the pattern of America, Freddie Gray discusses rise in UK crime. He spoke for about 20 seconds on crime. He spoke, and even then, he didn't go into detail. He just used it as a jumping platform to talk about those two numpties that are potentially going to, one of them who are potentially going to be a PM. I'm fucking sick to the non-existent teeth of this shit. It's only going to get worse. It doesn't matter who goes in. It doesn't matter who goes in. The public lose. The public lose every single time. And because we're all still attached to this bandwagon, the drag is down. We are all going to get dragged down with the ship. They'll flee, believe us. We will foot the bill. Crime is going to continue to increase until jail sentences are properly handed out. And I mean full-on fucking life sentence. You murder somebody you are never going to see outside. You're never going to know what fucking cut grass smells like. You're never going to fucking know what a bird looks like. That's how I would do it. I'd lock you in a wee fucking cupboard and leave you there. But again, that's too brutal That's too brutal. Let's be sympathetic towards the criminal and not the victim. That's what it is now. That's what this we sympathise with the fucking criminal now. There you seen it. Somebody, the US happened a few weeks ago. This was all air TikTok. So there we go, right? I think it was a single mother, children. Man comes to the family house, causes mayhem, has a gun and threatens to kill everyone. I'm sure it was a gun. Gun or knife. Doesn't really fucking matter. So the guy gets gunned down, okay? Which is fair enough. Police show up, they shoot him down because he refused to give up. That's fine. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. But what happened after totally blew the fucking lid. What happened was, I'm sure it was Antifa showed up at this lady's home while her children are there and attack her verbally. They bandwagon her. They all jump against her. Now this is one woman against 20 odd fucking idiots with signs sympathising that the killer shouldn't have been shot. Oh, he must have had a drug problem. Oh, life must have been difficult for him. It's difficult for everybody, but you don't see everybody running out there fucking threatening to kill families, eh? No, because most people are sensible. Most people know if you go out and cause crime, you're going to get punished for it. And nobody wants to be punished. So if anything, we should be sympathising with the fucking victims. But no, it's a slap in the wrist for the criminals. You'll get life, but you'll be out in 5 years. You're getting 20 years, you'll be out in 10. Less than that on good behaviour. So all this bastard has today is sit there for, I don't know, 5-7 years, be a goody two-shoes, not throw a punch, not do nothing, and he'll get out. He or she will get out because it ain't just fucking men, okay? We're not going down this road. We are not going down this road. It ain't just men. Statistically speaking, women are more likely to kill their own children than men are. But yet, all men are rapists. All men are murderers. This is the statistics our politicians follow, right? This is the statistics. It's all true. Go look it up. All there in front of you, they do not give a shit. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about anybody other than themselves and their bank accounts. So here's a prediction. 12 months from now, we're going to be advertising more charities for banks, food banks. We're going to have the statistics of crime are going to rise. We're going to lose our rights to freedom of protest. We're going to lose our rights to be able to say anything on a social media platform without some fucking goon shutting us down. So I say to that, if anything, we blame politicians, blame government, because they apply these wedges to distract. So they do. That's it. Plain and simple. We had it with the vaccines. We'll continue to have it with the vaccines. Monkeypox. Fear-mongering. Fear-mongering with that. That's something else I want to discuss in another video. This whole monkeypox vaccine. How it's only being distributed and targeted to men. Men that are homosexual, bisexual. You notice that? How we're attacking every fucking niche that's in society right now. Fear-mongering everyone. But I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to drag this out for too long. I thank you all for watching. Go check word vomit there, eh? Go check out my TikToks. I shut down Instagram and Facebook. I had no choice. I was getting shut down constantly. So I've only got TikTok and this YouTube. So go check out my TikToks for more up-to-date little videos of all sorts, not just political and whatnot. World news, anything like that. There's some silly videos in there for your viewing pleasure. So go check out my TikTok, Boomer Bronson 2.0 for the more up-to-date videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please come back for the next one that's going to be up, I'm hoping, pretty soon. I've still not figured out what it's going to be because I'm kind of in between projects then. But thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, stand tall, stand proud.